let me clarify, because now that I think about it, I know it's times where, like I said, seeing how taxing it is on her, especially middle of the night and stuff, it'll be times where I'll try to soothe her, try to soothe my baby instead of waking her up. You know what I mean? Where kind of in the beginning it was like, here, like this, this your third time doing it. You all right? You know, I was kind of like that. It's my first time. I don't really know. Now I'll try to see if it's different ways where I could soothe her and not have to wake her up or disturb her or something like that. So that's kind of what I transitioned to within the last year. I mean, that's the support that I give, I guess. You know what I mean? Probably not the best at it, but that's all I never really put too much thought into it, to be honest.
What about any feelings of inadequacy or left out?
I don't really feel left out. I think I kind of spoke on it last week, like inadequate in the sense of when that's what she wants, there's nothing I could do. You know what I mean? Like once it done reached that point where she's like, nah, I want some breast milk. Like there's nothing else you could do. You can't distract me. You can't give me something else to eat. You can't rock me to sleep. Nothing's finna calm my nerves until you go give me to my mom. So that's that'll be a little bit of it. It doesn't make me feel away though. You know what I mean? It's just like, well, if I done did all I could do, let me go ahead and give you what you want. You know what I mean? Adding on to what was just said, like, you could tell, when she wants a breast milk. You know what it is. You know what time it is.
You know what time it is.
You know what time it is. Mm-hmm.
As far as supporting her while she's breastfeeding or whatever, and her, giving a pillow to prop up an arm, you know what I mean? Stuff like that, you know what I mean? Making sure she doesn't need any, getting her something to drink or something while she's, breastfeeding. Just little things like that, just as far as in a supporting role. But no, I never did feel any inadequacy in the process or any of those things that study had mentioned. Not really. I understand the importance of not only the baby receiving that nutrient from the mom, but the importance of them making the connect. I want them to make whatever bonding is going on between them while that's happening. Like, why would I not want my child and the mom to have as strong as a relationship as possible? I'm not, at least in our household, we're not in competition over our child's affection or love or anything like that. This is something that we build and work on together. And so, but again, I'll reiterate, I'm thankful that my wife does pump milk, because that does allow me to be involved in that process too. There's times when, not only for the bonding of my child, but also in the support and relief from my wife to give her a break from having to breastfeed all the time. So there can be times when, my child's hungry and I can, instead of, having to have my wife feed her, I can heat up some milk and I can feed her myself and still get that same sort of connection. I mean, it's actually, like I say, it's kind of a small thing, but feeding your child, I would encourage all fathers to do it in some capacity, even if it's not at the breast milk stage. Well, when they get to the baby food stage or whatever it is, feed your child when you get the opportunity to. It's a very strong bonding thing that is small. It's a small gesture. It's not a big thing to do, but it actually creates very strong ties. It does help a lot. And just kind of, I know it's kind of off topic, but building on that, when you can be present when your child wakes up, do that as often as you can. You know what I mean? When they wake up, be there when they wake up so that they wake up and can see you there. You know what I mean? As often as you can. It's a small thing, but it really does a lot in creating that connection with the child.